Oh, what's up, everybody? Cody Hart here. Come on now. Feel it.
Blake.
We're back. We got a little update coming at you guys. It's been a long time since an update. This isn't all of our stuff. Yeah, movie-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a ton of stuff for me. Yeah, but I'll hit you with it. First, I'll start with some books. Reading the Darth Bane series and Star Wars Legends. This is the second book in the series. First one's Path of Destruction. Second, The Rule 2, and the last one's Dynasty of Evil. I'll pick up after this one. It's the best series in Legends, if you didn't know. So give it a read if you haven't. And then the next series I'm going to start after I read Darth Plagueis is the Thrawn trilogy. This is the third book. I just picked it up because it was $3.99. I figured I might as well get it before I have to get it. And then we went to the movie store, and I picked up the last David Fincher film I need, and that's, the last ones that I want. Fuck Fight Club. That's why I said it. Girl with Dragon Tattoo.
My favorite.
It's a great movie. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times.
That's
it's phenomenal.
great.
I got it for $2.99.
Yeah,
Hell of a price. Blu-ray, Blue Rizzle. I'm going to kill it.
Yeah,
not going to watch it. When I go through Fincher's films before, where was he coming out, this year or next year? Next year.
World War Z?
Yeah.
Oh, is he directing that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
I think it's next year, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'll watch all his films soon enough. Girl with Dragon Tattoo is the last one I needed. And I haven't seen this. I heard good things.
Never heard of this.
I love Jason Segel, and I'm pretty much a huge Ed Helms fan after everything I've been watching him lately, especially because of The Office, too. And that is Jeff Who Lives at Home.
Never heard of it.
Haven't seen it. I know it's supposed to be good.
That's good.
Got it for $3.99, so even if it's shit, I didn't lose out much on it.
Well, you got some festivals. Toronto, what do we got? Chicago in there?
Chicago, Toronto,
There's probably some good independent comedy.
Let's see. The story of one man's hilarious search for the meaning of life. Slacker Jeff stumbles towards enlightenment as he undercover. So it's basically a coming of age. Well, not coming of age.
Comedy.
It's like a figuring out your life kind of movie. Anyways, Jason Segel. I'm sure I had fun dry humor in it. That's my pickups.
It's good. Picked this up. Fun movie. Not a good movie at all. Not
I
at all.
couldn't even watch it.
Yeah, I knew it's gonna. For a lot of people, the first one is so much better. I will say that by a landslide. The first one is way better. This is way too long. And that's Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
How long is it? Like 220?
Yeah, dude, it's like 2.5 hours almost. It's way too long. This movie easily could have been 150, 145. How they bring back Colin Firth is reasonable. Taron Egerton and Mark Strong are the best things in this movie. There's not a lot of Channing Tatum. He does well with what he's given. Jeff Bridges doesn't do shit. I don't know if he does a paycheck.
What's Halle Berry, how's she?
Halle Berry's good. She does good in her role. She plays like a cute version of the Americans. I like that the Americans are like named after like legendary drinks. I don't know if they're all American drinks. like Channing Tatum's Agent Tequila, and then Jeff Bridges is like champagne and shit, so it's really funny. And then I like that their giant thing, their cover is a wine whiskey distillery.
That's cool.
Thing instead of like the Brits or that. I like that kind of humor where they try to like go back and forth between like our American views and our culture versus the British culture. That was good. Way too long. Fun action flick though, but it's just so over the top.
It's too over the top. And
there's gonna be a lot of gripes. First one way better, easily by a landslide. First one was way more enjoyable.
Movie.
This movie I was pleasantly surprised. We watched this online, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of Tom Cruise's best performances, and that's American Made.
That was the second time.
Him and Doug Liman should just keep doing movies together.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with like Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg. I think Doug Liman brings out the best in Tom Cruise. This is a very different character piece for him. Yeah. He's not really like it stars on his charisma, but it's a very interesting character, very SEAL. I don't know how true it is, but it's really crazy. He gets involved with like the cartels and the rundown. He works for the CIA to run guns for the Nicaraguans during that thing. He gets involved with Pablo Escobar and a bunch of other crazy shit. Shit goes down and his life goes crazy. It is a really, really good movie. Just a tad bit long. Everything's always long, but fun movie. To one of my favorite books of all time by the best writer.
Like 1,000 pages or something?
Yeah, it's like a couple hundred. It's like 1,200 something pages. And this is it. I flat out love this movie. Scariest movie I've ever seen. Yeah, this is lenticular from Target, so it goes from the balloon to 1,100. To Pennywise. Bill Skarsgård is freaky. All the kids do great. I love the Stand By Me feel meets Goonies feel meets freaking horror.
Terrifying.
It's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. If you're not a fan of jump scares, you
That's
just
all.
don't. It's all it is, and it's got an eerie tone. Score's phenomenal. Directed by Andy Muschietti. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
I don't know how. Sorry if I butchered it. Phenomenal directing on. I can't wait to see. It is a two-parter, so if you read the book, this is only about the kids' side when they first confront Pennywise. It's not about the adults. There's going to be another version, another continuation in 2019. Can't wait to see who they cast.
Creepy fucking movie.
It's creepy. It's eerie. It's scary. It is one of the best horror movies I've seen.
It's disturbing. Surprisingly disturbing.
Yeah, it really sticks to the tone of Stephen King's book.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very faithful adaptation and pretty good for the film adaptation to it. There is certain things that are cut out.
They have to be.
There isn't that orgy scene, so I'm tired of people thinking about that. The thing in the sewer with the kids effing the girl, that does not happen. Who cares? I don't give a shit if it was in the book. It shouldn't be put on screen. I'm glad it isn't. This movie's fantastic. So,
there's one scene in the movie towards 3/4 into the movie where the bully kills his dad. I'm just gonna spoil that.
Oh yeah,
that's the part where I was like, okay, this is
this
dark.
is Stephen King. This is dark. Like stuff that you see in the book,
like,
or you imagine the book is really brought to screen. This is an R-rated.
Yeah.
It's not PG-13.
No.
Do not take your little kids to
Pennywise
it.
is
Pennywise is terrifying. I hate clowns. I'm scared of them. I hate them.
Yeah.
I was freaking freaked.
Yeah. He eggs on people, makes them do things.
It was great.
It's a disturbing movie.
They update it for the live audience. Not all the same fears are there. It's really updated for the tone. It's not set in the I don't remember what the book was set in, but it was like a decade after is when this is set in, capturing the tone. So, my next pickup is Blade Runner 2049. If you guys watched the other video, you know this is my most anticipated movie of 2017. I was very disappointed when I went and saw this in theaters, and I'm glad I watched it the second time because the movie is phenomenal. This movie is great. It's one of the best sequels made, in my opinion. Denis Villeneuve killed it. It's much better a second showing. Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite Ridley Scott movie. This movie is a worthy sequel. Harrison Ford gets one of the best performances ever in his career. And Ryan Gosling is phenomenal. I like the only weak link is I still think Jared Leto's kind of he plays his part well, but he's not in it enough. That's the problem. It's like you hear Jared Leto and you expect more. The girl, I don't know how to, I would butcher her name. Anna whatever is phenomenal. Robin Wright's in it too. She's great. There's great themes. If you're pumped for Dave Bautista and you watch all the little short clips, he's only in it in the first 5 minutes. He makes his impression. He has a cool fight scene in the beginning, but that's it. This is slow. It is very true of a sequel to the original flick. It's like, if you've watched the final cut, this is like the best sequel to it because it is slow. It is a detective noir. It is long. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes or something like that. It is long, but it is phenomenal.
What I like about it is it completely develops a whole new world. It's the same world, but it's different. It's so many new elements. The only problem I have with the movie is it's not a deep thinking movie like the original. They're not asking you to think about the difference between androids and humans. They're not asking deep questions of you. It's just more of a detective story where the first one is really psychologically asking a lot of questions.
There's more psychological in that one. This one's more restraint on the philosophical.
Oh,
it goes into more
restraint.
detail about it, and it's very tailed back.
Yeah.
It's like show and not tell because you'll see the imagery. But
still great.
It is one of the best sequels.
It
literally is one of the best sequels. After rewatching it and I actually watched about half of it last night again. I flat out think this is one of the best sequels made. I will say that.
Direct to the first movie. It's perfect for them.
Yeah, it's a great follow up. I understand that people don't like it though. I totally get your gripes with it. I was like, oh man, I love Blade Runner. I wanted to rewatch it, and I thank God I did.
It's a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie. Yeah. My final pickup is what I picked up today.
Great movie.
I've been in this Ryan Gosling kick because of Blade Runner. And I've loved this movie after watching it a bunch, and that's Crazy Stupid Love. Him and Emma Stone, they're perfect. They're like a great duo. They could work together any day. I loved them in La La Land. I love them in this. Steve Carell's great in this. I think that's Julianne Moore, right? Julianne Moore is fantastic in this. Marissa Tomei, Kevin Bacon. There's a bunch of people in this movie. Fantastic flick. If you haven't seen it, if you're into romantic comedies, I highly recommend it. It's very funny, very heartfelt. Great performances. So.
Yep. That's it. That'll do her.
Yeah.
Do her right in the butt. Boom.
Yeah.
Coming at you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Top 10 Movies of the Year. Take it sleazy.